Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here, of course, at Filecoin, seeing what's going on. I got a lot of requests for this one because we do actually have a long position open with it, and it is a bit in the red. One of our only trades actually not doing so well. So we're going to talk about this and a few other key factors. Kind of, give you, I wouldn't say consolation, but there's a chance we might have to cut our loss. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But again, we're going to look for invalidations, and we haven't invalidated yet. A lot of it hinges on Bitcoin going down, and you might be asking yourself, why did you open a Bitcoin short when you have some longs open? Well, it's called hedging your longs with shorts, and it's a very common practice. We're making sure we're making money on the way down in case we were to continue to lose money on the way up. Right? That's kind of what it boils down to. But either way, sky isn't falling. We're going to look at a few key factors here. We're going to double check our fibs, make sure we're good to go on this guy, which we are, and we're going to take a look in the back end here, kind of see what's going on as well. So if you're new again to the channel, welcome aboard. Love to have you along. Be sure to check out our Trading Academy community and signals group. CryptoCash.tech is a website there for that. And just a quick little heads up, congrats to our community members. Taking some nice profits here for a Chainlink long, 22% in 1.5 days-ish, maybe 2 days. We got an ICP short, 17% in 22 hours. We're on the verge of hitting a lot of other nice shorts as well, including our Bitcoin short here at 43,100. So nice little short there so far. But we're going to see if Filecoin might be one of those coins where it's worth hitting the reverse button. I don't normally recommend that, but in this case right now, it is looking like we're still in an ascending trend line. So we got to double check that and a few other key factors. Double checking that, we want to quickly look at see the liquidation levels. Okay. So most liquidation levels to the downside, $5.76 specifically, got swept. There's a decent amount, a little bit of a range at 6.5 for liquidation, but we got a little bit more left at 5.5. So the easy way to describe it is 5.5 to 6.5 are those areas in which we could see further liquidation. So we'll just kind of mark that on the chart as a rough estimate. So 5.5, this guy right here, 6.5, that's way up there, look at that. Okay. Seems like it's so far away, right? I think that's really close to our target. In fact, we came like cents away from our first target and missed it, but that's how trading goes sometimes, folks. It's okay. Get the next one, even if this doesn't prevail, and it could very well recover. Of course, I mainly think a lot of this has to do with Bitcoin. So if we kind of look at Filecoin and Bitcoin together, there's a similarity-ish, right? So Filecoin started selling off before Bitcoin did, and now that Bitcoin did, it's going along with it, okay? So we can kind of presume that it's going to continue lower if Bitcoin does too. So that's kind of the best presumption we can go ahead and have. Let's look at the daily time frame, work our way down, kind of see what's going on here. So to quickly clarify, we'll go ahead and turn this guy off, this guy. We'll look at the weekly high-low open close in a moment. Taking a look at MACD, still diverging here. I mean, fairly plateaued, but still diverging nonetheless. So more so bearish. We can see we're breaking below, or actually have officially broken below 50 on the RSI. Money flow index is very, very low though. This is something to recognize too. A lot of folks will buy those dips and have a lot of success with it. I prefer to do that on the 4-hour, not the daily. Daily time frame doesn't really give us the best representation, but it does tell us specifically that we are due for somewhat of a pivot or a bounce based on money flow being extremely low. Basically, this implies that there's been so much selling pressure in this coin that the average over the last few days has shown us that we're oversold effectively. Okay, but with RSI hanging out right there at 50, it tells us we have further downside potential too. Okay, again, these are all just hypotheticals. For right now, though, we look at the moving averages. We're below the 20 and above the 50. A lot of coins can say this. So the 50-day SMA could work as a beneficial option for us. This 0.618 level is my catalyst, I guess, if you will. We close below 0.618, might be best to close the position, or in general, consider a short. Again, a lot of it depends on Bitcoin, and it could very well just continue to run. If Bitcoin drops hard, Filecoin could as well. So just be mindful. You might want to have a stop loss or adjust your stop loss a little higher. We have a stop loss in our trade, of course, but it's a little bit lower. Either way you look at it, 0.618 is important because it's that weekly high-low open close as well. And typically the 1 week open carries a lot of strength. And we need to kind of recognize the fact that there's a decent chance that level could hold, okay? Could and should is kind of the emphasis, but once more, that's kind of our last line of defense. Take a look here at the 4-hour time frame. We can see here on the 4-hour, let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit better here, that the stochastic is starting to swing up, so we're hitting that pivot point like I mentioned. It's exactly what I was referring to as well, with a low money flow index right around 20. It's kind of a sweet spot. Oftentimes you can buy those dips and have a lot of success. So hypothetically, it's decent entry on that one indication. But do you ever take a a trade with one indicator? No, you don't. Come on, folks. We're better than that, right? So again, we have combining factors here, but we're still under 50 on the RSI, so it's not really a bullish sign. Closing above 578, maybe 580 would give us some confidence here. We got to break this descending trend somehow. That's really the bottom line. Until we do, I'm fairly convinced the price might continue lower. Okay. MACD diverging, but starting to subside here. So it's losing its momentum to the downside. You got to keep in mind too, Bitcoin is still maintaining this low 42K range, and most coins are selling off, where Filecoin seems to be holding moderately well at this level. Okay, so again, there's consolations, but you never trade on consolations. We're below all moving averages too, truly bearish. That just implies that its average true range at 593 is going to be a resistance level at that 0.382 fib level. Okay, so I would say that's a pretty strong resistance. So if the price does end up coming up here and just say it breaks that trend line, you may want to consider profits or cutting your losses at 590. I think our average price is somewhere in the 580, 590 range, so I don't think we're in dire straits right now, but again, it wouldn't hurt to consider cutting your losses. And if you're not familiar with that, I have a section on my trading university that I talk about cutting your losses and how to mind that, so to speak. It's an important thing to do in trading. Now, me being a swing trader, the way I structure my trades, I don't feel concerned with having this trade still open. That's just me personally. We get under 560, different story altogether, might consider closing that trade. Again, that's just kind of how it works, but all the more reason why we have some nice shorts hedged with our longs here, and that we're just fine at the end of the day, right, folks? You may hit 1 or 2 stop losses a month, but when you're hitting 30 or 40 successful trades, they tend to add up. And the only reason why they add up is because you're taking profit when you close your position, right? If you're not taking profit, you're getting too greedy, you're holding on too long. A lot of folks right now are coming over to us wanting me to help recover their portfolios. And folks, that's not really what I do. I give you better opportunities moving forward, and so you can learn how to fish instead of giving you a fish, right? But the truth is, most people are getting destroyed because they're holding on for too long. They just think it's a bull market and it's just going to go forever. I think after the Bitcoin halving, that's a different story. Right now, probably not. Anyways, last but not least, hourly time frame, Ichimoku Cloud, full-on confirmation not to take a long position, and that a short position, if you have it open, you want to leave it open. That's really what it boils down to. So what we're looking for invalidation is to essentially go sideways in this range. For starters, that'd be great. Even if it doesn't go sideways in this range, we come up here and we establish a higher high and effectively consolidate above the cloud within about 24 to 48 hours and maintain a price of 580 or higher. Okay, again, that 0.5 Fibonacci level is a very, very important level to close above. Until we can do that, I don't have a lot of confidence here. But once more, I've seen 0.618 hold very strong in the past. It's done so far so good. Just note, if Bitcoin does drop, Filecoin will as well. We really just need Bitcoin to kind of stabilize closer to 43K for this coin to recover. That's really the bottom line too, I think. I think I've mentioned 3 or 4 bottom lines, so pick one. they're all at the bottom. All right, folks, thanks again for watching. Make sure that you double check this here too if you haven't already. Phenomenal exchange, Bitunix. They have a really, really cool trading competition going on right now too. You can register for that. You do have to use my link first to register, mainly because you get benefits, but also so you can be eligible for my trading competitions. Only reason we're promoting this exchange is because they have no KYC or VPN requirements. There's not a lot of choices in the States, Canada as well. So we'd like to make sure that we have options for our community members. So thank you, Bitunix, for the opportunity. Thank you as well for the awesome feedback. My community members are loving this, and I love it too. It's my favorite exchange by far. So I do appreciate you watching. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Thank you.